So hello everyone, a very warm welcome to Homeopathy Musings. Myself, Dr. Mansi. I welcome you all. A very good evening with the ABC of Remedies. So today we are having, as a part of our monthly ABC series, today we have a session on Arsenicum Album by Dr. Preety Shah ma'am. After the session, you will be able to access to the Master Handbook of the Remedy on your dashboard. Before moving forward to today's session, I will just quickly give a look at our ongoing and upcoming courses. So we have this ongoing course that is Basics of Contemporary version 4. After our three versions, successful versions, we are now on version 4 and we have completed almost 9 sessions. But still, if you want to register, you can still register and take the benefits of the remaining live sessions as well as the recordings of the past sessions. Then, as a part of our psychiatric series, this month we are starting with another psychiatric course that is Mastering OCD with Contemporary Homeopathy by Dr. Aradhana Chitra ma'am. There will be 2 sessions, that is on the 21st and 28th of November, Fridays. If you want to register, you can still register for it. Then, as a part of our free Saturday musing sessions, this month we have Dr. Jyoti Udubi ma'am with us, and ma'am will be taking a session on the mineral remedies in your practice. It will be on the 22nd of November, 2 to 4 p.m. IST. Then, after our 2 incredible journeys with plant and animal kingdom, now we are starting with the journey with mineral kingdom using minerals in January 2026 with our renowned homeopaths, a chief mentor, Dr. Mahesh Gandhi sir, Dr. Shekhar sir, Dr. Preety ma'am, Dr. Prajakta ma'am, and our team of homeopaths. The sessions, there will be 40 plus sessions and to strengthen the fundamental laid by Sholton and Santal and so on. There will be so much of learning, case-based learning, role themes, close kingdom correspondence and everything. Registrations are still going on and early bird offer is ending on the 30th of November. So to register to take a benefit of it. Then in January 2026, a very clinical course that is female reproductive system and the gynecological disorders as well as the pregnancy related disorders as well as the lactation disorders are there will be a course on it and by Dr. Ajit Kulkarni sir and then homeopathic management. There will be case taking approach, various remedies in detail will be taken. There will be 8 sessions in the month of January and early bird is still going on. It is ending on the 20th of December. Then little bit about our today's speaker. Dr. Preety Shah ma'am comes with over 15 years of practice in Mumbai. Together with Dr. Prajakta Vaidya ma'am, she has founded a holistic homeopathic clinic called Healing Harmony Homeopathy and more. Created a unique and loving community for homeopaths called Homeopathy Musings. She has completed her BHMS from YMT Medical College as a gold medalist and was fortunate to complete the fellowship in homeopathic psychiatry in the direct physical presence of Dr. Mahesh Gandhi sir. Ma'am is an apprentice of Dr. Rajan Sankaran's flagship Gurukul program. She has also been personally trained by Sankaran sir in the wise processes and has been supporting him in his wise retreats as a facilitator. Through her work, she has trained and mentored from across 15 countries. Her lectures and modules are vouched by many senior homeopaths from India and other countries. Some basic hygiene factors. Please mute your lines all the while the speaker is speaking. Keep your videos on, which helps in the interaction with the speaker. Please raise your hand while the speaker is explaining. If you have any questions or comments, you can put it in the chat box and it will be addressed at the end of the session. Please do not scribble on the screen. Make notes, share your experiences, and most importantly, enjoy the session. For any difficulties or questions, you can contact to our given contact details and we'll be very much happy to help you. Without taking further time, I'll stop share and hand over to ma'am.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So, welcome everybody. This series, we are calling it ABCs of Remedies. So, basically, we are saying that we are going to go to the basics, of every remedy and try and understand that remedy from different angles, different perspectives, etc. But today's session is special because not only I'm doing ABC of the remedy, I'm also doing one of the most basic remedies of a materia medica, isn't it? Who doesn't know Arsenic Album and who has not prescribed Arsenic Album? I don't know of a living homeopath who doesn't know the materia medica of Arsenic Album at the tip of their tongue. We all know this remedy, yeah? So I'm not going to be trying to challenge that. What we are going to try and do is polish. Yeah, so today's session is polishing of a remedy which we all know so well, which we have all prescribed so many times in the past. Whether we are students or whether we are experienced practitioners. Yeah, we cannot have a homeopathic practice or complete our homeopathic education without use of arsenic album. Correct? So today we'll just polish, yeah. We'll polish our understanding, make it more exact, make it more perfect, you know, uh, remove some rust that is there and make it all shiny and new and bright again. Okay. So arsenic album is a remedy from the mineral kingdom, and mineral kingdom is all about structure. Yeah. The main central theme is structure. Now, if you look at the periodic table, what's the first word that's going to come to your mind? Structure. There are clear rows, there are clear columns. In each row and each column, there's only one element. Yeah. So the mineral kingdom itself is characterized by structure, is characterized by organization. The minerals are organized in the periodic table on the basis of the atomic structure of various elements, right? So there is an exact chemistry, exact science to it, correct? And then when we study through provings, through repertory, through materia medica, one realizes that in the consciousness of each mineral substance, the basic sensation is that, when you look at the consciousness, is about either the break of the structure, the failure of the structure, the development of the structure, the need that the structure has. And it could be in various aspects of life. It could be in relationship. It could be in performance. It is all about that structure's capacity, that structure's ability, that structure's malleability, that structure's strength, correct? How much support it can provide, or how weak or strong it is, correct? How much pressure can it withstand? That's the core of any mineral remedy. So when you arrive in your case taking, when you arrive at this idea of structure, idea of capability, then you go through the different stages of structure. So in the periodic table, as all of us already know, you go through the different stages from row 1 to row 6, you go through different developmental stages of the human life. Yeah. So row 1 is coming into existence, conception. Row 2 is coming out of the womb. Yeah. From column 1 um, to all the way on the right side, coming out, detaching, it's the entire birth process. And then row 3 is about identity. Like, okay, within the womb, I did not have a separate identity. I was still a fetus. I was still part of my mother. Hmm. But when I'm born, I get my own identity. Yeah, I am now Preety. I am now Mansi. I am now Homeopathy Musings. Yeah, there is a name, there is an identity, there is an image, there is a photo. All about image, photo, identity, who I am, what I am, how unique I am, um, what choices I make, my relationship. Babies come out of the womb, and it's the stage of infancy. Row 3, care, nourishment, identity. And then when you come to row 4, which is where arsenic is. Arsenic is in row 4, which column? Column 15. Okay, so when you come to row 4, now there's identity. Yeah, now the initial care, love, assertion of choice, who I am, all that is done. Now the issue is about long term. Now the issue is, now the idea is that from being an infant, okay, now I need to grow up and I need to go out and perform certain tasks, certain duties. Yeah. I need to go to the school, I need to work hard, I need to have a homework, I need to have a timetable, I need to have a schedule. Yeah. I need to compete so that I get good marks. Then what I need to do? I need to be productive. I need to be useful. What I do should be able to, if I work hard, if I'm successful, I get enough marks. What am I going to be able to do? I'm going to be able to get admission in a good school or in a good college, isn't it? And then what happens if I get admission in a good college? I'm able to secure a good job. And that good job is going to be my living. Yeah, my source of income. I will be successful. I'll be able to earn good money. I'm going to be able to support my family, my relationships. I will be able to build my own house. I will have a good, good future, good security. It is long term. So, row 4, in which there is arsenic, we are speaking about security, tasks, work. And security is in terms of money, security is in terms of relationship, security is in terms of house, job, health. Okay. They need to have a stable income source. They need to find stability in a relationship. Yeah, they are the ones who would say, um, you know, that I will, their aim or goal in life would be, okay, reach this level, reach this age, get settled, get married, in a couple of years, have children, then have a good life insurance, have a good medical policy, um, have a good job, come back home, uh, play with your children, eat food, over the weekend do XYZ. They have a sort of a routine. Yeah, they need stability, they need goals, They need to secure their future. They don't need to secure their own future. They need to also secure future of their near and dear ones. Yeah. So in row 4, the idea is security, idea is stability, idea is task, idea is duty, idea is career, idea is, making sure I have that. And then from column 1 to column 18, from left to right, first you feel that you don't have, you don't have that security. You cannot do it yourself. You don't have a foundation. You cannot protect yourself. Yeah, so Kali and calcium will have that. Okay, and then as you go further, let's say scandium onwards, you start to develop that capacity to protect yourself. And then as you reach middle of that column, let's say towards manganum, ferrum, cobalt, etc., you can protect yourself. You can take care of your needs. Now you need to maintain it. And towards the right side, let's say from gallium onwards, column, let's say 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 onwards, you start to lose your ability to protect. Yeah. So then you are starting to deteriorate. My capacity to protect myself and my family, my job, my security, my stability is losing. So from the space of I need, I can, I maintain, I lose, I need to, I need to control the losing or delay the losing, or I have lost and I'm completely in despair, in destruction. Yeah. So from left to right in the row 4, yeah, this left to right cycle is like a circle of life, no? So again, it's like inception, reaching the peak, maintain, and then death and destruction or disintegration. This is the entire, this idea of personal evolution is like that. The idea of the entire periodic table is like that. So in each row, this capacity or this curve, this bell curve has a different issue. Yeah. So in the row 4, the issue is of security, stability. Now, how do we understand row 4 from the lens of superclass? Okay, we'll spend a little bit time there. Let me share my screen. Okay. So row 4 belongs to superclass 4. I'm sharing my screen. In superclass 4, in the mineral kingdom, you have row 4. In the plant kingdom, you have the subclass 4 of the dicotyledon chart, delineates. And sorry, is this okay? Yeah. And from the animal kingdom, you have some remedies, like, let's say, like lac caninum. Yeah, some remedies like that. So it's the same idea. So in a superclass, yeah, every superclass is a sort of a constellation of different kingdoms. Yeah, so you will have themes of all the 3 kingdoms in that superclass. You will have the issue of the mineral kingdom of row 4. You will have the sensation of the plant kingdom of subclass 4. And then you will have survival issues of, let's say, like caninum in the animal kingdom. So the main idea in the superclass 4 is that I need to maintain my position of stability, my position of comfort, my position of familiarity. And any threat to it, any change to it causes trouble. I need to settle. My entire effort is to settle, to be stable, to have a routine, to have a comfortable position. And if anything changes there, then I fear threatened. All my troubles start there. So if you see in subclass 4, we have Bryonia alba. And what is the main idea of Bryonia? They need stability, they work very hard, they save money, they are workaholics, right? Industry desire, industrious, and they save for the rainy day, no? And they are so workaholic, they are so business minded, so business oriented that any disturbance, they will be very, very irritable. Yeah, they want to be left alone. Now, Calcaria Cup, again, row 4, isn't it? What they want. They also want comfort, stability, security. Mama gave me glass of water. They don't want to go out and play and take risks. They are not risk takers. Yeah. And when they have to leave the home and that comfortable environment and let's say go out and maybe study, let's say in study abroad, they have to leave home, their comfortable environment. Yeah. Or if they need to change jobs. Yeah. Or if they need to change departments, they be very, very uncomfortable. They perform extremely well. They perform extremely well in a routine. Like, these will be individuals who are working in the same organization for years. Yeah. They're staying in that organization 10, 20, 30 years. They're retiring from that organization. They love government jobs. Yeah. They feel very comfortable when they have government jobs. They have security. Yeah, they have a pension that will take care of them. So this is the idea of row 4. Now, super class 4, another idea that I want to share is, I think there's some trouble in my video, Mansi. Are you able to see me? 1 second. You can't, no? Yeah. It's coming and going. Start video. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you, William. Oh, but it gone again. There's something. Okay, I am going to be the voice of God. You can listen to me in the background while this works. Let's not spend a lot of time on this. So the idea of superclass 4 is, let's say, relationship. How will be a relationship of superclass 4 or row 4? Their relationship will be something in which they find security, they find stability. They are the ones who will take care of people and don't expect that they will be taken care of. Their needs are taken care of. In row 3, there is selfless love. I will sacrifice myself for the other. Yeah, it's a mother-child relationship. In row 4, the relationship is that of expectation. The relationship is that of rules. The relationship is that of if you do something wrong, you will be punished. Are you understanding? So the flavor of relationship, the relationship that binds them, that gives them homeliness, security, stability, being in a group, having a family is stability. What is their thinking? Their thinking is, okay, at this age, I will complete my studies. At this age, I'll have so much bank balance. At this age, I'll go ahead and get married. At this age, I'll have my children. At this age, I will secure their marriage. And then my children will in turn take care of me. The circle of life will keep going. Yeah. So the entire effort is towards that. What kind of music does row 4 or superclass 4 like? Yeah, they will like music uh, which is very familiar to them. So they will like music that everybody will hum. Like, we have people, let's say, they'll sing songs of the 60s and 70s and 80s. Yeah. Common songs, which all the masses know. And familiar songs, the same songs they will repeat over and over, and they will have fun, in India we have these shows, let's say Kishore Kumar, yeah, or Old is Gold, and things like that. And those are songs which all of us can sing together. It's familiar, it's bringing everybody together. Yeah. Let's say row 5 will have a different taste in music altogether. Your taste of music will be something innovative, something new, something different, maybe classical. Yeah. Masses are not going to like it. It's not familiar. It's not comforting. They like old songs, nostalgic songs that bring memories together. Yeah, something like that. So the idea of stability, sameness, yeah. A lot of people think that relationship, love, care of row 3, they confuse that relationship and stability with row 4. In row 4 also, the relationship is important, but what is that relationship providing? Not selfless love, hmm, not connection, but stability. Part of the group. I am taken care of. I am secured. Okay, that's the idea. Now, let me share my screen once again and let's look at the different columns, okay, of the row 4. Okay. Okay, before the columns, from a PM perspective, hmm, uh, row 4 is school age, and Arsenic Album is column 15, stage 15, which is late adulthood. Hmm? Late adulthood, stage 2. That means the age of 17. That means at this time, the individual is beginning to lose his faculties. He's beginning to feel that he is not wanted anymore and he's suspicious of others' intentions. Yeah, so the age, the inner age of an individual needing Arsenic Album is that of the age of 70. But okay, let's look at row 4 and let's look at different columns in the row 4. So if you see, row 4 has all the columns. Yeah, there are no missing elements here. Row 4 is very huge, just like row 5 there. Okay, so you have from column 1 kali, calcium, scandium, and then you have these middle ones. Okay, and then from Nicolum onwards, from copper, zinc, gallium, germanium, and arsenic. Stage 50. Selenium, chromium, and then krypton. So, when we say right side of the chart, we are saying the right side of the chart is the idea of losing. But when we understand this losing, it's very difficult to understand how is that losing different between column 13, column 14, column 15, and column 16. Yeah. So how do you finally differentiate, between germanium and arsenic, between arsenic and selenium? That is the key. That is the polishing that I was telling you. This is exactly what we're going to do in the next year when we're going to do in-depth study of the mineral kingdom from all angles. Yeah. If you think this is detailed, that's going to be another level of detail. Yeah. Somebody is scribbling, please don't do that. Yeah. It's distracting to me. It's also distracting much more to the people who are seeing it. Yeah. I really want you to pay full attention for the next 10 minutes. Okay. Don't multitask, full attention for the next 10 minutes. Yeah, this is the polishing. A lot of what I already spoke, you knew, but this is where I need your attention. Okay, so let me again go back When I say we will differentiate, so we are saying gallium, which is column 13, germanium, which is column 14, arsenic, which is column 15, and selenium, which is column 16. We need to understand how do we differentiate these four and how can we prescribe arsenic with full confidence and not that we have missed germanium, gallium, or lead. Okay. So gallium, which is column 13, here from a sensation perspective, the main idea is that now my structure is under a tremendous attack. Now my structure I know is going to be lost. I am going towards deterioration. The loss is imminent. It is certain. It is definitely going to happen. It is happening now. I can see it. I'm almost at that urge that something terrible is happening. Yeah, Dr. Samkaran says, imagine you can see that wave of tsunami coming up. It's it's like that the robber is going to now come in. The idea is how much can I delay? It's happening. It's not that I can avoid it. It's not that it can go away. If I do something, I can strategize, work, and this problem will go away. No, it's happening. The loss is happening. The attack is happening. The damage is happening. The only thing I can do is delay it as much as possible, protect as much as possible. I put all my superhuman effort, like a cancer myosine, and push this as hard as possible, as much as possible, to reduce the damage, to cover the losses as much as possible. Yeah, I can think of the movie Titanic. Yeah, they know they've hit, they know the ship is damaged, isn't it? And what the captain of the ship is doing? How do I protect as many as people, and how do I avoid or delay the damage? Yeah, can you've seen the movie, you read about Titanic, just you read it in the news. Imagine, a lot of people trying to get on those safety boards. Then imagine people, trying to, if the ship is going to drown like this, what they're doing? They're going and running at the top of the other end. So they're delaying. They know they're going to sink. The boat is crashed. They're going down. They're going down. What are they doing by staying at the top? They're just delaying as much as possible that I will sink in that icy cold water as late as possible. Yeah? That is gallium. Loss is imminent, it's happening. I delay it as much as possible. Now, try to understand that from a stage perspective. Yeah, like try to understand from a Sholton's different stages of life perspective. What he's saying for column 13 for gallium, he's saying that the idea in column 13 is that the position only can be held partly. Now, my position is weakening. Okay, I'm becoming redundant. I'm almost about to retire. My skills are no longer needed, but I can hold on to it as much as possible. Yeah, I'll do little responsibility. I'll try and delay being old and obsolete. Yeah, I know I have to retire. I know I have to withdraw, but I will delay it as much as possible. So that is the idea. Delay it as much as possible. Now, what is column 14? The idea of column 14, which is just before arsenic, yeah, germanium, just before arsenic. Here, they know that the robber has come, has done the robbery, they have attacked, they have failed. They failed to perform, their loss has happened. Now I have to make desperate efforts to recover the losses. Yeah, let's say in that example of Titanic, once it's crashed, now there's a rescue mission. Try and rescue as much as possible, recover as much losses as possible. Whatever had to happen has happened. But what is their inner delusion? I have failed. I am a failure. I am mocked. I'm no longer needed. People have gone ahead. Yeah. They are, what I can say is, they try to be useful in a facade. They try to cover up that, they feel they have no place, they're old, they are no longer useful, they're nobody. I'm a big failure, I've lost everything. But they're trying to, behind a facade, they try to put up a show and do what they can do. They've not yet given up full hope. They're trying to fight back. They're trying to say, whatever I can preserve, I will preserve. Yeah. Whatever way I can be little useful, I will be. This is not a stage of complete and full despair or hopelessness. That is arsenic. Here, I can give you an example of the movie Pursuit of Happiness. Actually, if you read Dr. Sankaran's book, the entire Superclass 4, he gives example of Pursuit of Happiness. If you've not seen that movie, you must. So the character, the lead character is played by Will Smith. So what is he doing? He's lost everything. He did, he was not very good at maintaining his job, relationship, etc. And there comes a stage where he loses everything. Job, money, wife leaves him and goes away. And now he's lost completely everything. He feels he's nobody. He can't do anything. He goes and tries to get some help, tries to borrow some money from a friend, goes back to his wife. Everybody mocks him, puts him away, shoves him away. Yeah. And then how the struggle that he makes in the pursuit of happiness. What is this pursuit of happiness? He then studies, finds a job, provides for his child, and makes him happy and does something with his life. So the entire idea of happiness is about getting job, getting security, getting stability, achieving after he is lost completely. So that could be column 14, where the structure has failed to perform, he couldn't do anything, and now there is a desperate effort to recover the loss. Now, if you try and understand that from Sholton's stages, what he says, this is a stage, this is a form, this is a period in life which has no real power. It's a mask, it's a facade, it's like a mummy, like a fossil, which everybody will appreciate. The real power is gone, but externally it feels like it is still serving some purpose. Yeah. So one is not completely dismissed, they are still on the side track. Yeah. Yeah. So they're not on the limelight, but they're not completely put behind. It's not like arsenic yet. It's not complete despair. They still have some sidetrack role. So one hides behind the form, diverting real responsibility, but they feel internally powerless, weak, empty, hollow, that I'm useless, I'm getting useless, things like that. Am I making sense? Now, column 15. In Hindi, we say mudde ki baat pe aaye. That means now we've come to the main essence of the topic. So row 4 with all the themes that I told you, and column 15. What is here? The idea here is the structure is attacked. Okay, the damage, the loss has happened, but it is like a continuous loss. Yeah, so it's still eroding. It's still working against them. Yeah. So the idea is how much, what is the extent of the damage, and is there any way for me to minimize the loss, minimize the destruction, and how much and how long can I preserve it? I have to be very careful. I have to be very cautious. I have to be very alert. Yeah, because my own relatives, people near, dear to me, yeah, because now I cannot rely on anybody for help, for support. I'm not sure. No one to go to. I feel helpless. I feel alone. I'm in full anguish. I'm very anxious. Every little thing I'm suspicious about. I cannot trust anybody. Because what I need to do in this helpless, desperate situation, I need to keep control. Arsenic is which miasm? Cancer miasm. I need to keep control. Yeah, and then because of this tremendous need for control, there's a lot of restlessness that we see in Arsenic Album. Yeah, that there is no way I should lose control. I need to take care of everything and everyone properly. Just imagine a senior citizen. Yeah, let's say imagine there's an old person. They worked very hard all their life. They've saved every penny. They built a life. Now the children, they've grown up. Okay. And then they still have some control. They're still independent. And suddenly there is a big disease or an ailment. Let's say they've had a fall. And now they're bedridden. Now they feel, oh my God, I've lost everything. I'm no longer independent. I'm dependent on these children, these caregivers. But what they want, they feel that I'm a burden, I'm useless, they don't want me anymore. And they are saying, okay, now make a will, transfer the name of the property from your to me. And they feel, oh my God, if I transfer my property in their name, they will kick me out, they'll put me in an old age home, they will not care for me. So I'm insecure that my own children may not take care of me. How can I transfer my property in their name? They become very fastidious, very organized, very nagging. They want everything done properly. They're demanding. They become hypochondriac. Indians will know the movie Piku. You remember the character of Amitabh Bachchan in that movie? Yeah. He's very insecure that his daughter will leave him, his daughter will not take care of him. He's very, very dependent on the daughter and his caregiver. Yeah. Then he puts up a facade that, it's better that women are independent, should not have a marriage of dependence, etc. Then what is he? He's a super hypochondriac. He's a miser. He's an avarice person. He calls himself conjuice, takes pride in it. And he's nagging, he's demanding. Yeah. But he feels at the same time helpless. He's dependent. He's not able to hear. He has a hearing aid. Yeah. All the processes are getting slow, damaged. And then when you come to column 16, now there's a complete loss. Complete capacity has gone, energy has gone, memory is gone. Yeah. Impotency, Selenium is known for what? Lasciviousness and complete impotency. They become indifferent. If you look at the rubric, indifference, apathy with dullness. So I'm dull and I'm indifferent. I don't know what to do. I don't care what to do. We have only two remedies in complete repertory: phosphoric acid and selenium. So imagine, somebody like, if you've seen the movie Wrestler, the main character, Randy, like how he was in his peak of career, and then how he loses all his faculties, his ability, his relationship, and he completely lost and despair. Yeah, something like that. Complete loss. So if you, again, this whole idea from a different life stages, column 13 is, they are becoming redundant. They know that they are becoming now old and obsolete. It's time for them to retire, but they're trying to hold on to slightly. Yeah. Then in germanium, they feel that the real power is gone. Yeah, I'm not in the limelight anymore, but somehow I'm trying to be functional. Somehow I'm on the side track, with no real power. Yeah. Just hiding behind the glory of the past, let's say. And then I'm sorry. Okay. And column 15, the idea is the loss has happened. Okay, so arsenic, the loss has definitely happened. It could be bankruptcy, it could be defeat, it could be death, it could be fall, it could be being fired from a job, it could be a big diagnosis. Everything is, the loss is Here, everything is burnt, and suddenly they feel shocked. And then there are all these hypochondriasis, all these fears. And stage 16, in comparison to this, is that things are over. Now it's done deal. They feel disgusted, rotten, offensive, complete syphilitic, leprosyphilitic stage. Okay. So you can come to Arsenic Album, of course, through all the materia medica understanding that you have. In acute, you can come to Arsenic Album with all the physical generals, physical particulars that we are aware of. But this is how, you can very use your right and left brain and then finally differentiate. A lot of people whom we are giving arsenic actually need germanium or actually need gallium. We are giving them Arsenic Album blindly. Yeah. Arsenic Album will help, but not help completely. So this idea of the superclass, this idea of PM, this idea of sensation, understanding the different stages as Sholkin and Shankaran has put together, this is beautiful. Yeah, this is excellent. And you can prescribe these lesser known remedies also. Imagine column by column differentiation for each and every row. That's what we will do next year. Now, from this angle, okay, now let's read some materia medica. Okay, I'm going to read some mental journals, some physical journals, some physical particulars, some modalities. Just keep this background in mind and now read this. Now, what is this? What are the fears of Arsenic Album? Fear of disease, fear of infection, fear of health, fear of cancer, fear of heart diseases, fear of death, fear of being alone. Do you need to buy hard this anymore? Absolutely not. Fear of thieves, burglars, being poisoned, murders, expectations, failures, criticism, opposition, fear of being observed, anticipation, easily frightened. Yeah, one of the key remedies in anxiety neurosis for hypochondrosis. People who are going from doctor to go doctor, from one diagnostic lab to another diagnostic lab, especially the heart area. So if you read the chapter mind and if you go to the rubric anxiety, anxiety with restlessness, anxiety with, uh, you know, uh, anxiety in the heart area, you will find arsenic album. In the dreams, you will find dreams of futile efforts. They are very, very restless. They are cancer miasm. They're putting in a superhuman effort. So it's obvious the dreams of futile efforts, dreams of thieves, burglars, delusions also, worms, animals, death, falling, thieves, mistakes, crime, thieves, police, all of that. These are key words also of the row 4. They're very critical people, very cynical people. And mostly the ailments from, if you are able to discover that or uncover that, you will find there's some history of loss of work, loss of money, some history of some incident where there is some loss in some sense. Yeah, you'll always see that could be the exciting cause. Very complaining, gloomy people. And then we have periodicity. Arsenic album, great periodicity. Symptoms repeat after 2 or 3 weeks. Then we know the time aggravation, right? 1 a.m. Then cravings of sour, of vinegar, fruits, lemons, refreshing drinks. Drinks, small sips. Aversion to fat, aversion to or aggravation to melon, to sour fruits. So what they crave, they also can be aggravated by it. They will be aggravated by spoiled food. So arsenic album is a very good remedy for food poisoning. And in their sleep, they are very restless. There could be insomnia. They could sleep on their back with hand folded under their like this. With that, I wanted to see if Prajakta, she wanted to share a case. Prajakta, are you here?
Yes, yes. Okay, so wonderful explanation about arsenic. I think it gives us idea not just about the materia medica, but how do we differentiate um, from the other remedies in the raw fourth and the mineral kingdom. So it was very nice. On top of it, I'll share a case, a small case about a man. Okay, he was around 68-year-old, and he mainly, used to come for complaints of anxiety and high blood pressure. And with anxiety was so much that he was unable to kind of do his routine activities and deal with the challenging situations at home. So he said that when he when he came, he was accompanied by um, the wife. Okay. So he accompanied with his wife, and we spoke to the wife first, and she said we are treating his entire family. So the wife said that I want to give my opinion about him first, and then maybe you can talk to him. And she said that he is a very you know very restless, very anxious. He keeps thinking a lot. The all the thoughts what he has is about the sickness. Okay, so he says that if I am at home, I'll get these thoughts of sickness, that I'll be not well with the BP being so high. He said I might have a heart attack. So all his negative thinking that comes up, and it kind of plays a lot on his mind. He sees things in a different way. The wife said he looks at things in different way. He will, more is very calculative. She was just giving one example that so they were coming in auto, and she said that the auto guy, the fare was around 41, and he didn't have change. So he said they just he just asked to keep the change, and he was not very okay with it, and they kind of had a fight or a argument, and then that is how they got little bit late. So this is a way that he reacts or thinks or look at the life. So that kind of plays lot on his mind, calculations, materialistic thing, money. He doesn't want to spend money and all of that. Then she also mentioned that he worked for one company for almost like many years. He didn't change his job because he was very insecure, and he didn't want to lose the kind of money that he's getting, and kind to have his routine life, right? And he sometimes get very scared to stay at home. So she mentioned that in the past, the wife and also his son. So son and his wife, they had some medical emergencies, and in that challenging situation, he was very restless. He didn't know what to do, and like they had to take the son to the hospital, and that incident kind play a lot on his mind, and he was unable to kind of do some actions. And since then the BP has started rising tremendously, And that fear is constantly there in his mind, that something will happen to my wife or to my son, all of that, and then I have to take up the responsibility and then do something. So he was not able to do that. So this is what the wife gave us the idea. Then we spoke to the patient, and he mentioned the similar things, that he used to work. He worked hard, worked a lot, but the job was very stressful, and it was. He spoke about that how that job was insecure. The money which he was getting was very less. So to manage the house, so there were these anxieties in the beginning for future, and how will I manage, and how will I take care of my family. And at the age of almost 30 years, when he was 30 years, he detected with these diabetes because of the following issues of the anxiety that he had. And so he said that whenever I'm at home, I feel like something happening to me, or some situation will come, and then I want to keep myself very busy. I want everything very perfectly. I want to take care of my wife, my son, and everybody, so that they are in a very good state of health, and I kind of be behind them to work for it. Then I'll guide them to do exercise and everything. And I myself is very fitness freak. So if you look at him being almost now 70, he doesn't look like that. He's very fit, very lean, thin, and he maintained his physique very well. But he spoke about these anxieties, that it makes him so restless, so kind of nervous, and how these palpitations, and how the headaches, all the physical complaints that come up when he's very anxious. His BP rises almost to 220, 210. Typical symptoms of white collar syndrome, where when I have to visit any doctor, he will have kind of lot of anxiety, but he still wants to see that if there is something that my health needs to be corrected a lot, and that is for family also. So though that kind of a picture was there. And perfectionist, very fastidious, cannot place cannot sit in a one place if the things are not in the order. So with all this history, and all that talks about his health, his restlessness, we had given him arsenic, and he is our patient. I'm not exaggerating, since almost now more than 7 8 years. He will keep coming. He's much better, with arsenic, and currently to now he doesn't need much of repetition, but he will still come like properly whenever is his follow. We don't have to give him any reminders, or he will within a month before the medicines get over, he will come. He will take the medicine, and see to it that my other family members are also taking medicines properly. And uh, we don't his anxiety is much better, so we don't kind of repeat for him much, but he comes regularly and give us the follow-up. So I think he did really, really very well with arsenic. So that is a kind of personality that we look at when we talk about arsenic. Yeah, Preeti.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think excellent case. Another source or a book that I will highly recommend everybody to read is The Soul of Remedies. I think Dr. Sankaran has beautifully described Arsenic Album in there. Prajakta, you want to talk about that one peculiarity about thank you and how these patients generally behave and how grateful they are to doctors in general?
Yeah, uh, so of course, considering their anxieties, considering their anxious nature, they want to kind of, have a circle or a set of people who will take care of them, who will be with them in during their acute times or emergency time. So the general behavior, what I've observed, and also Dr. Shankar sir has, spoken a lot about the personality. That time also he mentioned, and we saw that in our practice, that they'll have good connection with you and your resident doctors and whoever if they're talking with, they will still remember you. I remember one patient who knows our very old resident doctor, and she'll keep asking me or other doctors that how is she, how is, give my regards to her. So they will have that secure, connection with people where they would be taken care of if there is an emergency. They'll be so grateful to you if if they feel better. They'll give you all their blessings, so God bless you, and all my wishes with you. Every time when you talk to them, they will kind of use these words, God bless you, which Dr. Shankar has also mentioned, and we saw that in our practice. And she was the one who used to do every single time when we talk, or even the resident doctor talks. And with that, we had helped her with arsenic, and she had a fungal infection on nail, which was very difficult to, treat. But it improved a lot. And I think that was a key point for a arsenic personality in your practice. I think you can also see if it matches with your experience with your patients.
Yeah. So the idea again is that they need to maintain a good relationship with that doctor. Yeah, they'll keep coming to you, they will not leave you. Um, and then they will be very, very grateful, blessing you and saying that, you are everything for me. Because of you, I'm taken care of. Don't leave your support, or don't, give me less attention just because I'm better, something like that. So they need to feel secure and feel stable. That is the undercurrent in that whole idea. Yeah. So I think that is all for the moment that I had to share about arsenic. And read it, share your cases. We can continue this discussion on our WhatsApp group. I would love to hear from you what your experiences have been on the remedy. And as a take back, go back and reflect at some of your when you've prescribed arsenic album as a constitutional remedy. Go back and read those cases and evaluate. Was it arsenic album, or did you miss gallium and germanium? Yeah. So do that as an exercise to kind of further polish your learning. And I urge you, yeah, please do join us in the mineral musing journey next year. We study the minerals like never before, and we'll study their cross kingdom comparisons. Yeah, what it means, uh, what it means to be superclass 4, row 4, school age, what it means from a chakra perspective. Everything we try and study this in as much detail as possible. All right, take your leave for the time being and see you again next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for this insightful session. Thank you so much.
William is
Thank you.
asking that rubric. The rubric is indifference, apathy with dullness. Yeah. All right. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you so much, participants, for joining us live. Thank you so much.